Air Force basketball on altitude is brought to you by Intermountain Health, helping people live the healthiest lives possible. Well, not the way that the Air Force Falcons wanted to start the season as they lose to Portland State by a final score of 62-55. Justin Adams, Rachel Galligan with you, wrapping up things here at Clune Arena. And again, I say that this game was all about missed opportunities. You see what happened from not only the free throw line, but also from behind the arc. But it was also those second chance points was one of the main reasons why the Falcons were able to win tonight.
Yeah, I think Portland State did a great job really being aggressive on the offensive glass. 16 second chance points. I think when you combine that with the 10 missed free throws by Air Force Falcons in a close game like this, it's such a small margin for error, and I think that was the biggest difference.
This is how the game looked in the second half, and the Air Force Falcons found themselves down by as much as 7 points before they were able to go and turn things around. Middle way in the second half, looked like the Falcons were actually going to run away with this.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it was kind of a little bit of a back and forth game, I think, especially right after that second half. And you take a look, I mean, how many times did we see Portland State clean up the glass just like that? But you know what? Air Force continued to fight back. That's Beasley finishing at the rim, but Portland State, a little up and under, pretty little shimmy there by Kirby, just having some patience. Again, the poise and the experience on Portland State really showed late in the game. Boylan, huge bright spot. I do want to talk about him in here in a second and what he brought for the Air Force Falcons, but this is kind of sums it up, you know, just finishing at the rim, offensive rebounds. Take a look at some of these numbers. Points in the paint, that's a bright spot for the Air Force Falcons. Bench points. Again, we talked about how many weapons Portland State has, and also veteran weapons. They've got the majority of their team, 80% of their team are upperclassmen. Look at the free throw or field goal percentages. So, I mean, you know, the margin for error to me, it comes down to free throw line missed opportunities.
9 of 19 for the free throw line. That's what Air Force was today. Want to go back, though, to Boylan. He was a young man, had 7 points, 15 rebounds in this game. You talk about that bright spot. That is one definitely that Air Force can be able to take away from. Again, Coach Joe Scott wasn't too concerned about the final result, just wants to see the process, and there's one bright spot there.
We're going to be talking about that a lot this year, the process, and that was huge. I mean, you know, Boylan just coming in. This is a guy that really didn't play much at all last year, and came in, played a ton of minutes, was so active on the glass. You know, started to get going a little bit offensively. That's the type of performance Joe Scott wants to have out of not just freshmen, but some of the sophomores on this team. They need more of that from more of these guys.
Well, it wasn't the way that the Air Force Falcons wanted to start this season, but they did have several bright spots in this one as Portland State was able to go and get the victory tonight. Final score as Portland State 62, the Air Force Falcons 55. We'll be back November 16th at 4:30 p.m. when the men's basketball team takes on the Lindenwood Lions, as this has been a presentation of Altitude Sports and Entertainment, your home for the Air Force Falcons. For myself, Justin Adams, and Rachel Galligan, and the entire crew, we say so long and good night.